today's video, I'm going to break down to you a hiring system that I have actually built for my company or companies, right? And how this is actually helping us hire people and hire as a pro, then hire as a newbie and a rookie. Cool thing is I'm actually shooting this video in the snow. It's actually snowing here in Atlanta, Georgia. So this is actually dope. But again, if you stay with me to the end, right, I'm going to actually break down some of the tools and systems that you need to actually implement in your credit repair business. Matter of fact, in any business on hiring like a pro. But if I should play in the snow, drop a comment. Just come on, let's go to my computer. Let's go. Back. So again, in this video, I'm going to actually go down deep down and break down some of the hiring systems that we actually built in our company. Not only for my credit repair business, but actually for my agency and for my coaching program. Because once you build something once and it's actually working, you want to be able to duplicate that same system, that same blueprint, and actually implement it not only in your life, but in your business and all your businesses, right? So we're actually going to dive in real fast. The first thing I'm going to break down to you guys is that you have to understand when you are hiring, your number one question is, where am I going to actually find my new hire, right? Where am I going to find my new teammate, my new team member, right? So what we actually did is since in our agency, we kind of actually spend money on advertising to actually bring in quality applicants, but that's just another way that we kind of do it. I'm gonna go deeper and break down and give you guys some free game on where you can actually go to hire your new team member, right? But before you actually do that, there's one thing you have to understand. Where am I going to find them? If you notice, I kept saying this, where, right? So what we're gonna do is, if you notice, actually, let's not even use this color. Let's actually take this away. So we're gonna come here. So if you notice, oh my goodness, this is gonna disappear. So let's use this. All right. So if you notice, one thing that we usually do, I knew it was gonna disappear. All right. So one thing that we usually do is that we get a lot of our job applicants from a few different places. Number one is going to be Upwork. Second place is going to be LinkedIn. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. The third thing is going to be OnlineJobs.PH. Fourth place is going to be Facebook ads. The fifth place is going to be Facebook groups. Now, I'm going to talk about a little bit more about the Facebook groups, and I'm going to put F right here for Facebook groups. And then I'm going to do this right here. So this is going to be L for LinkedIn ads. And then this is going to be, and guys, don't judge my drawing. This is a little bit off, okay? I'm not on the iPad right now. So this is going to be F for Facebook ads, L for LinkedIn, and then we're going to do O for online jobs. And then we are going to do one more for, let's just say, Upwork, right? We're going to put U for Upwork, right? So Facebook, LinkedIn, online jobs, and Upwork. Now, the cool thing about this is that, let me go here and actually delete this. So the cool thing about this is you can actually create a form, and I'm going to go super in deep. This is going to be an in-depth video. So you can actually create a form when you post a job application, right? A lot of people get a lot of DMs when they post these job applications, especially on Facebook. When you're in these virtual assistant group, I'm going to break it down. One of the groups is called Virtual Assistant Savvies. That's actually a great group when it came to us hiring our social media manager and hiring different VAs for different positions that our company was actually, looking for some people to bring on board to help us scale, right? So when you do this, what happens is you're going to actually want to put yourself in a position to drive all your job posts to one box, right? And how do you actually do that? The number one way is actually building a system that when people actually come into your business or when new team members actually hire, they are able to actually, you are able to actually make your job posts. All the applicants go into a form or go into a specific pipeline. From that pipeline, either you or your hiring manager can actually go through those applicants. And if they actually follow those directions that you stated on the hiring form, they have passed the first phase. A lot of people, when they hire, they just hire based upon they stated that, hey, I can do what you're looking for. I'm the one. It doesn't actually work like that. In 2021, I personally actually hired over 60 plus people and probably fired all 60 plus people, right? And literally continuously hired more people until I find A players. And I have to understand, it's not about what people say they can do. It's about, number one, how they do it. Number two, if they are a team player, right? You don't want to bring someone on board that actually disrupt your whole company. I actually went through that again in 2021, and I'm actually breaking this video so that you guys don't go through exactly what I went through. So again, when you have your job post, right, you're actually running it to a system. Now, let's actually go into our hiring system, right? I'm going to actually break down to you guys how our hiring system actually look. Now, anytime that we do have a job, let's actually go here because I want to share this with you guys. I want to show you guys how this actually look. So anytime that we are actually looking for a new team member in our company, what happens is our team makes like 1 to 3 posts, right? And it gets flooded, literally gets flooded. We were using a different form before we actually came into Typeform. We were using I think it was Jotform, if I'm not mistaken, but then we moved over to Typeform just because of a lot of the automations and a lot of things that we're actually utilizing is within Typeform. So we decided to move over to Typeform. If you notice, we had like 78, or I think 80, if I'm not mistaken, 78 that came in through here. And then in Jotform, we had over 400 different applicants that came in through there as well. But we finally moved over to Typeform. Now, the great thing about this is that we made it very, very simple where once we click in the name, it's going to say, let's find out before we start. Put in our name. So we'll put Godwin. And then we're going to put, what is your email? So we're just going to put info at... let's just say Godwin.com. And then we're going to go ahead and put in the number. The cool thing about this is, right, when they ask us, how did you hear about us? We are able to actually pinpoint the exact location where a lot of our, job applicants are coming from, right? So that we can laser down to see if this is a good quality traffic, if it's not, if we should focus on this specific, if it's online jobs or if it's Upwork. But to back up a little bit, the number one question you always have to ask yourself is, where type of person am I looking for? If you're hiring a sales rep for your business, do you want to hire a virtual assistant sales rep that's from the Philippines, from India, from Pakistan, or do you want to hire a US sales rep that maybe can understand exactly what your customer, what your sales rep are breaking down to your customers, so they're not in fear, or they don't feel like, this is not a trustworthy company, right? So a lot of the things that we do when we're hiring for sales reps and stuff like that, a lot of our job posts goes on Upwork, or it goes on LinkedIn. With LinkedIn, if you never made a job post via LinkedIn, you can actually create one free job post and actually post your hiring link, right? Where you're able to get all the people information and literally run it back to your pipeline. So if we continue, we can just say online jobs, right? And then we can go ahead, what country are you based out of? We can just put USA. Which position are you applying for, right? So it's either virtual assistant, sales, customer service, account manager, marketing manager, admin, or other, right? It might be social media marketing, whatever the case may be. So we can be able to pick, right? We can just say admin. What are you looking for in your next job? Now, the cool thing about this is that I'm not really going to go through all of this because it's a little bit in detail. But one cool thing that I definitely want to show you guys is that we have an automation, right, in our system. And if you guys know about Slack, I talked about Slack in one of our YouTube channels, breaking down what we use Slack for, and how we use it not only for team communication, but we use it for different type of automations for our business. Not only that, we use it for communications with our clients and our agency as well. But the cool thing about this is, if you actually look at this email, if you actually look in this channel, anybody that actually submits a job application to our company, we're actually getting notifications in our Slack so that either me or my admin can see it. And when my admin see it, she knows exactly what to do. Shout out to Riva. The cool thing is that we're able to see the name, position, the hiring spreadsheet, right? When we see the hiring spreadsheet, then we're able to actually see that, we can see the email, name, and we can actually see, how they heard about us and the attachment. The cool thing is that they're actually uploading a video as well. Now, a lot of these people upload a video, but if you do not upload a video, then the cool thing is that we know that you are not serious. You didn't actually follow the right procedures, right? So that's the cool thing about using the system. Now let's actually back up. If we go back to Typeform, we're going to be able to see the hiring, right? You guys are probably wondering, how can I actually build a system just like this? Now, the first thing that you're going to want to do is that you're going to want to basically, let me actually break that. Okay. So you're going to want to actually, number one, set up a form. Now you can actually do this for free if you get access to our Scale 360 system. The cool thing about Scale 360 is that you can actually build out form, survey, and you get access to a 14-day free trial. But if you look below, you'll be able to click the link and get access to it. The second way is that, and I can just type that out here, Scale. Ooh, my spelling is bad. So we'll just put Scale. Next time I'm going to do this on the iPad. So we're going to put Scale. Then another way you can actually do this is using actually Typeform, right? If you use Typeform, you're going to be able to actually set this up properly using Typeform. Very, very simple. You can actually even hire someone on Fiverr that can actually do this for you for like 25, 50 bucks. Now, once you actually create your form, right? This is going to be your form because you want to have somewhere that people can actually submit their applications. The next thing that you're going to do, oops, this is actually bad. Let me actually clear that out. All right, so the next thing that you're going to want to do is that you're going to want to set up your Zaps, right? So of course with Zapier, there's different type of automations that you can set up with Zapier. One of the cool Zaps, and I'm going to actually go into my back end and show you because I don't like talking about things that I don't personally have set up or done. So if we look into our Zap account, you guys will be able to see that we have a Zap that's strictly anytime that someone actually fills out a form, they're actually sending that specific person into our CRM system, which is called High Level, aka Scale 360, aka Lead Connector, which is the name on Zapier. And then we send them to a spreadsheet, right? The reason why we have a spreadsheet is because we like kind of organizing everything. When it comes to, let's say something happens to Typeform or our CRM, we know that we have it in a spreadsheet, and that spreadsheet is getting exported every 2 weeks. So, it's kind of a good way of keeping everything backed up. Now, moving forward, after we get their information to a spreadsheet into, Google Sheets, we actually send out the automation via to Slack. Again, Slack is our communication channel that we use not only for our team, but we actually implement it for different type of automations that we are actually using in our business, right? So if we look back at Slack, you guys can be able to see, of course, if I play this video.
My name is Camille and I've been in the
and you guys can be able to tell, okay, if they fill out the form and they upload their video, they're going to go to the second phase of our hiring. If they do not upload the video either to the upload form on Typeform or send it to our email can't tell you, but then you will be able, we'll be able to know like, okay, this person's a serious applicant. We can be able to take them to the phase 2 of the hiring and actually do an interview to see if they fully qualify to work for our team. So this is one of the ways that we actually kind of set up our hiring process. Now, of course, there's other deeper type of automations that we do have in place that I can't actually cover in this specific video. But if you do want me to cover that specific type of automation, drop a comment below and I will create that content for you. But if you like this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button to subscribe to our channel because I drop a lot of different type of content, different type of videos when it comes to building your business, scaling your business, and some of the systems that we actually implement that a lot of people charge thousands and even hundreds of dollars to actually structure for you, right? So make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the likes button, and see you guys in the next video. Let's go.